Today we're gonna make one of my favorite recipes, pork lettuce cups. These are AIP friendly, super easy and delicious. My name's Chloe Kelly with ResetU Fitness, and I used to have Hashimoto's, so I had to make sure I was on an AIP diet. This is something that's super easy, yummy, you feel like you're at a restaurant, but you're not cranking up your inflammation and ruining your metabolism. Follow along now, and I can't wait for you to try it. For your ingredients for this recipe, you're gonna want a coconut amino, which you can use soy sauce, but it's a little inflammatory, so that's why we like the coconut aminos. And if you don't like the sweetness of coconuts, you can't really tell, so don't let it intimidate you. You want a solid butter, so clarified ghee, romaine, which I like to clean it and store it in a wet paper towel in the refrigerator because it keeps it crisp and yummy. Salt and pepper, pink Himalayan sea salt, pepper. I'm a little lazy, so I buy the garlic and the ginger already done up, so I don't need to do it. 2 limes or 1 lime might be enough. Green onions, which I have already cut up. Some cilantro, which I already cut up. And some mint, which I already cut up. And I like extra mint, so that's what we have going on in here. And then 1 pound of pork. And that's about it. And for the recipes, for this recipe, I kind of just do what makes me happy for the ingredients. You don't need to measure everything out because that's not gonna make you happy. Just kind of do what feels right. First thing you're gonna wanna do is get your pan, set it to medium heat, medium high, depending on your stove. Let that heat up a bit. You're gonna put your ghee or a solid fat in there. Maybe about a tablespoon, something to just coat the bottom of the pan. Let that heat up. While we wait for that to heat up, we're gonna talk about the pork we like to use. So we like pasture raised. These pigs are so much happier, they live a better life, they're cuter, and they're yummier, and their omega-3 to omega-6 ratio is much better. So even though we had to kill them, they lived a really, really good life. Okay, so you're gonna have your ground pork, you're gonna wait for your pan to heat up. When we cook this pork, we don't wanna cook it so it's burnt, but we want it a little bit crispy. Okay. Let me get a spoon, and we're gonna wanna chop it up with a wood spoon, fairly small. Turn my pan down a little bit. Make sure you don't use metal on your new pans, like a fork, and scratch it all up, like I did to previous pots and pans. And you're gonna kinda wanna cook this pork until all of the liquid evaporates. Once most of that liquid is evaporated from the pork, we're gonna start adding in some yummy ingredients. So, let's start off with some garlic. You can be generous. I just kinda maybe do like a 2 teaspoons, maybe close to a tablespoon, I guess. We're gonna add some ginger. So this is obviously a little bit spicy, so if you don't want it too spicy, don't do too much, but I kinda like about a tablespoon in there. Then you're gonna take your coconut aminos, and we're gonna just throw some of that in there. Maybe about 3 tablespoons. And we're gonna mix that up. Continue to let that water evaporate from the pork, and it should almost start to crisp up on the bottom. I'm gonna turn my heat up a little bit to speed up that process. Also add some salt and pepper to this. I like to use pink Himalayan sea salt and pepper. Just continue to let that cook. Okay, so once your pork has browned a little bit, not too much, you don't want to burn your pan, you don't want it to get gross, but you want it to be crispy a little bit. We're gonna add the cilantro, which this looks like about a 1/4 cup packed. Yum. with your cute white bowls. And then you're gonna add your mint, which this is about, oh, I mixed them up. I just added mint first. This is actually cilantro and the first one's the mint. So this is about a 1/4 cup as well. Then you're gonna take a lime, half a lime, and you're gonna wanna squeeze it over this. Keep your heat on the lower side. And if you just squeeze it up like this, it's gonna prevent the seeds from getting everywhere. So you can just squeeze your lime. You can also just juice these beforehand if this is just a mess. Or if you're lazy, you can just buy lime juice. And then you don't have to worry about any of this. Okay, so you're gonna wanna stir this in. It's gonna start smelling really yummy, and you can take it off the heat completely. It smells so good. Okay, so then what you're gonna do, you're gonna pull this off to the side and you're gonna prepare your romaine lettuce cups and just have your green onions on the side. After your pork is done cooking, we're gonna get ready to plate. So get your romaine out of the fridge, make sure it's clean. You're gonna get 2 or 3 just for little lettuce cups. And you're gonna scoop maybe a 1/4 cup of pork in each lettuce cup. It's smelling so good and I'm so hungry. Okay, and then after you scoop the pork in the lettuce cups, you can add a little bit of green onion and some lime. And that's it. We're ready to eat. Super easy, quick, yummy. Also really good as leftovers. Make sure you subscribe and save this video for later. So if you're not in a position where you can be cooking right at this very moment, you can cook this at a later date. ResetU has tons of easy, quick, affordable meals that you can make at home that are great for your hormones and metabolism resetting. And if you have any questions on our ResetU protocol, please send us a DM or you can click the link below. Thanks again.